Oh, I didn't add myself to the stage. All right, cool. Didn't add myself to the stage. All right. Yeah, I've been having insecurities with my typing. So because I was in a meeting and I was typing and she pretty much shamed me for my typing. Guys, Love Island, Love Island, Love Island. I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. Ah, you've got mail? Okay. Let me gather my thoughts. Let me gather. All right, guys. My heart, I was honestly sitting at my table the whole time like this. Not at my table, at my TV the whole time like this. Because that's how into I was. I don't even, where do I want to start? I've got a text. Number one, I feel like I hear I've got a text in my dreams. I really do. But we saw the commercial for last night's episode, so we knew that the text was about to be some ish. Like some ish. And I was here for the mess. I was here for the mess. We have been waiting for some real mess. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see me as I'm going to my text messages. We have been waiting for some mess. We have been, because love is definitely not going on in the island. So if there's no love, then we need to have our dramas, right? At least that's what my friend Aisha said. So I'm going to go through my messages and talk about last night's episode. And I don't know where my glasses are or why they are not on my face, because y'all know I cannot see. All right. Whew. Okay, so first of all, Taylor and Olandria had their little powwow. And I can't remember if this was the end of last episode or the beginning of this one. But either way, in the powwow, Taylor was pretty much like, oh, I didn't kiss you because I was trying to be respectful to Clark. Which I was just like, okay, it sounds good, but you've been kissing people this whole challenge. And also, Alandria was your original connection. So who is your loyalty to? Alandria or Clark? I don't get it. We all know that your heart rate went up the highest with Alandria, so you're not attracted. But for you to say, oh, you're trying to be respectful, all right, cool. And then you also said that you were still interested in exploring a connection, which, all right, cool. We don't see it, but I went with it. All right. I'm saying all right a lot because I'm just like, ugh. Yesterday was a lot. I had to finish the episode today because I actually had the shy date, and we're way behind on the shy, and we had to catch up on that. But anyway, first of all, Alandria, your body is absolutely amazing, honey. Like, me and my friend were texting, and she's like, I'm gonna put Alandria's body on my inspo, and I'm like, me too. It just makes me want to just eat avocado toast and sunny side up eggs every day, because isn't that all you guys eat? And it's like, okay, I'll have the Alandria body. Not really. But anyway, letters. Let's start with Amaya Papaya. I don't know who came up with Amaya Papaya. I honestly didn't feel like I liked it, but whatever. We're going to go with it because that's what the people are calling her, Amaya Papaya. Whatever. I felt so bad for Amaya. Like, I really did. Because turned the light off. Let's turn that back on. Ooh. Here we go. Much better. Why is this light not coming on? Oh, we don't have a short or something. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. Here we go. I fixed it. I know you're always like, something's always going on here. All right, cool. Amaya. Y'all didn't tell me that thing was in front the whole time. So sorry about that. Amaya. I felt really bad for Amaya. I really, really did. And mainly because I am a girl that people are always saying is too much. Like I hear that all the time. Like, oh, you're too much. Oh, you're too this. Oh, you're too that. And it's just like, I'm too much for you, yes, but do you need to keep telling me that? So I felt like her having to sit there and listen to everyone pretty much telling her the same thing and telling her things that she's known her whole life without, people really taking up for her. Brian did take up for her, which I respect Brian so much after that. And I know Brian did say he was interested in exploring a connection with Amaya. So kudos to you, Brian, because you definitely got points. I'm on TikTok live too, so if you see me, look over here. That's why. But anyway, kudos to you, Brian. You got cool points from me because I appreciate you standing up for her when I don't know who this is, and hopefully they're not on here about to be a crazy. I really appreciate you standing up for her because it really felt like, she was losing it. And we know she does cry all the time, but there hasn't been a point where her eyes are like bloodshot red. Bloodshot red. That's what her eyes look like she was really like bawling. And Zach, we don't respect you, Zach. And we don't respect you, Zach, because number one, Amaya said the other day that you're not really looking for connections and you're just out here trying to hang out with people. And that's what I see too. You're a model. We get it. You have a great body. You have a career. You're trying to get your little brand deals. But we don't need you coming on here for just brand deals. If you're not coming to try and find a connection, then honestly, you can go. And what I will say is that I don't know if Zach got his teeth done or not. But for me, it's a lot of teeth. And if those are his teeth that he was born with, God bless your mouth. But if he added some extras, they need to go and take some out and try again. And it also kind of threw me off because he's from Australia. And I was not expecting to see the Australia accent when I looked at him. So all of that threw me off. Neither here nor there. I don't think he's there trying to really find a connection. I haven't seen him talk to anybody either. And he's kind of just hanging out with the boys. He's just on a vacation in Fiji with some strangers, and there's just some butt cheeks going around, and he's enjoying the view. But he hasn't really brought anything to the villa, not that I have seen. Water. I wish I had a assistant, because that's what my assistant would have brought me some water, but I don't have any, so I'm just gonna choke. Where are we at? Ace. I'm not an Ace hater. I am here for Ace. And I keep saying that everybody all over like they don't like him. They say that he is a hater. They say that he's manipulating the game. And I don't see that, number one. I don't see him as a hater. Although I do not think Jeremiah should have went home. I don't think that Ace sent him home because he was being a hater. I do think that Jeremiah was a love bomber. And I do think that he was probably redoing the same thing again. And at the end of the day, it was Ace's opinion. But America voted him in the bottom 3. So it's like you can blame Ace for it, but really you got to blame yourselves because we voted him there. I didn't vote him there because I didn't get to vote. But it was America that voted Jeremiah in the bottom 3 to where Ace could even send him home. Would I have sent Jeremiah home? Absolutely not. I would have sent Austin home. Because Austin brings nothing. I think that he's just kind of there. I think he has like a porn star mustache that I just do not like looking at. And I'm not invested in anything I'm not invested in anything that Austin has going on. If Austin was gone, I wouldn't shed a tear. I would do a little clap, but I wouldn't even be like, yes, he's gone. He just gets no emotion from me at all. Like it's nothing. He's just kind of like, meep, meep. He's just there. And for him to have been there from the beginning, I'm honestly shocked that he keeps skating by. I really, truly am. I don't know how he keeps skating by. I don't know how he got Shelly in the first place because Shelly's beautiful. And I mean, I don't think Ace is beautiful. I don't think that Ace ever deserved Shelly. So I'm not here for Ace. I'm not here for Ace. He can go. He's not a favorite of mine. And I was definitely here for not I'm sorry, I'm here for Ace. I'm not here for Austin. I was definitely there for Ace standing on what he believes in and going off on Austin. Because number one, it's not his fault that people follow him. It's not. He's a leader and he should not be punished for that. That is 100% true. Ace has said what he felt this whole time, and he has said it in front of people's faces. He has not ran around and talked behind people's back. He has not withheld information. He's literally worn his thoughts on his sleeve. He has been very forthcoming with what he feels and what needs to be going on. And I feel like Ace ate Austin up. That's a lot of A's. A. Remember that from the Perkers? But Ace ate Austin up. He definitely did. He for sure did. Austin had no words, and he had no words to the point where he had to go back and forth with Amaya, another A. He had to go back and forth with Amaya because he didn't have the balls to go against Ace. And I did not know Ace was 5'10". I thought he was shorter than that. Kudos to you, Ace, for being 5'10", because I could have sworn you were like 5'5" or something like that. 5'10" is not that bad. Not that bad. I thought you were like, my size. So kudos to you. And also, I love that he called Austin out because Austin didn't tell Amaya that he was not interested. He didn't. And the thing is that if you're not interested, that's fine. But let me know and move forward. Because especially when Amaya pulled him to the side and asked, how are we feeling? How are we doing? And he had nothing to say. But then, he was telling the boys all this stuff. And speaking of bees that I don't respect, I forgot Zach. He had all that opportunity to tell Amaya how he felt privately. And instead, while she was already literally in tears, bawling, he decided to pile on because he thought he wanted a moment. He wanted a moment. And that was not cool. And that wasn't cool at all. And it also was not cool for Austin to be going back and forth with Amaya because not only are you a man, you're over 6 feet. I don't think any man over 6 feet should be arguing with a lady. I just don't. And I do know that when Amaya first got into the villa, laser. I do feel like when Amaya first got into the villa, I didn't really care for her. But as time went on, I started to like her. All right. All right, so my friend goes, I'm siding with Austin on that one. Jeremiah was damned if he did, damned if he didn't. It's literally Love Island. You're supposed to lock in, not 26 episodes and still exploring. That's crazy. Now, I do think that Jeremiah was definitely in it to find something. He was definitely finding love too fast, in my opinion, but he was there for something. He was there. And I do feel like Ace has been taking his time. But I think that Ace is nervous now because he already told Shelly that he was interested in, being closed off. Although he didn't say those exact words, he did show interest. But Shelly did say that she wanted to explore. And Ace did explore these other connections. So, I get that. But either way, Austin is a B.I.B.I. A B.I.B.I. And I do feel like he kind of used Amaya just to stay. Just to stay. Hold on. All right. Where are we? Okay. Hudda. Hooding around. Hoeing around Hudda. Everyone has been a Hudda. I feel like everyone has been a Huda, and if you haven't been a Huda, then you should have been a Huda during your 20s. Yes, that is the time to be a Huda. But she is not a girl's girl. She's not. She's just not. And I think that people say that because they want to, get the accolades that comes with being a girl's girl. But I feel like people that are self-proclaimed girls are literally usually not. They're just not. It's like someone else has to say you're a girl's girl for you to be considered one. And Huda, she had her it's like we're seeing her life long term working out because it felt like her and Jeremiah were together for like years. And we all know that when we're in like a years long relationship, once we get out of it, then you want to go through your little hoe phase. And that's what Huda's doing. She's hoeing around. Huda is hoeing around respectfully. Let's be clear. I'm not judging any woman on their hoe phase. I'm not. We all do it. We've all been through it. My hoe phase is just not played out on TV. So thank my lucky stars for that. Mine was behind closed doors. But these are like 20s. No one's 30. They're all in your 20s. That is the time for you to be experimenting and, learning connections and stuff like that. That is 100% true. Kiss whoever you want. Date whoever you want. But be real about it. Be real about it. The problem I have with Huda is because she's been fake. She's been showing one thing and doing the other. I didn't really get that Huda and Shelly had discussed bringing Chris on for Shelly. I didn't really get that. I do know that Huda said that she was interested, but I also felt some type of way about that because she had JD, whatever his name is, with the mouth always open, looked like a fly was ready to just go and nest in on his tongue every single time. And I know his breath stank because his mouth was always open and all that outside air was just raw dog in his mouth all the time. I know his breath stank. You can just look at some people and know you got stinky breath. You need Orbit. Clean it up. That's just what you just know. You just know. But anywho, who is this? Victoria Posh. I know you like being dominant. Like, honestly, though, I think that he's very awkward, and he really did not really know how to operate, because him saying, and the editing probably had something to do with it, because I'm sure he just didn't randomly say, you were trying to be dominant. Me as a man, would I be upset that the woman was trying to take control? Maybe, but luckily early on, she found out, hey, you're not for me. But I don't really even have much to say about him besides the fact that I think his breath probably stinks. And I know I've never met him before, but whatever. That's just my thoughts. But she was with him, and then in the kissing challenge, she did her little tricky tricks on that, which is what Chris was like, I wasn't looking at Huda, but after that kiss, I see that she might be somebody that I'm looking into. So Huda made it known to Chris through tongue that she was interested in him before telling Shelly, while Shelly was already had a connection that she was exploring. Then for her to go to Shelly, and she literally presented it as if she was doing something nice for her. That's the issue, Huda. That's the issue, Huda fans. She made it seem like she was doing something for Shelly when in reality she was doing it for herself, which is fine. You guys have only been in this villa for 3 weeks. Best friends are not grown in 3. I mean, they might be grown in 3 weeks, but you still did just meet these people. You don't have any real loyalty to them. Yes, you're spending, tons of time with them. And I feel like the villa couples coupling up is kind of like lesbian couples, because you know how lesbians, U-Haul lesbians, and they meet each other and it's like 2 weeks in and they're just, in love and everything. I know my previous partner, we met each other, and from the time we met each other, we were together every single day. And if you're together with somebody every single day, it does kind of escalate the time frame and make it feel like you've known them longer, because you're having more conversations than what you would be if you were outside in the real world working or doing a hobby or reading a book or doing anything but pulling people for chats. Because realistically, you have a life outside of that person. Lesbians don't. We don't. We forget our lives As soon as we meet a woman, we forget our lives and we are all in. And that's exactly what these people in the villa are, all in and calling each other best friends, saying, I always do this or you always have done that. And for me, the word always in reality shows pisses me off because it's like, how do you have an always and you literally just got here? You just got here. It is not an always nothing. This is still not your true self. I feel like, how long does it take to build a habit? I think it takes 14 days to break a habit. And they've been in the villa for 3 weeks. So I feel like they're probably just now starting to show their true colors. Because when you first get there, you can put up a front. You can put up a persona. We don't know who you are or whatever. But anywho, got a little bit on a tangent. But anywho, back to Huda. Yeah, she did wrong. She did wrong. She started off with the Chris thing or whatever. Then, okay, you're coupled up with Chris. Get back to the villa. Chris doesn't really try to talk to Shelly. That is a fact. We didn't see it. We didn't see it. But now the kissing, the heart rate challenge comes. I don't know what will possess somebody who considers me their girl to hump my man like that. I don't think that's okay. I think that in this particular challenge, you could pick who you wanted to kiss, who you wanted to make their heart rate go up. You could have did your little booty claps for everybody. And Huda, so my friend just introduced me the term, which I guess is a TikTok term, of a midnight ballerina. And she texted me that. I was like, what the heck is a midnight ballerina? And that is a woman of the night, an exotic dancer, whatever you want to call it. I feel like Huda definitely was an exotic dancer in her past life or last year. Because those moves, you're not just getting those moves from dancing with your girls. Those moves are moves that are practiced. Those are professional moves. Those are moves. Those are take your man moves. Those are make my rent moves. Those are I'm a single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops moves. That's the type of moves that Huda was pulling out. Huda was pulling out the stops. She wasn't hooding around. Huda was not playing around. She pulled out the big guns and the big cheeks. She was clapping them things like they were a weapon. I was just like, and the fact that they didn't show exactly what she did to Ace lets me know that she was really getting it in. She was really getting it in. So I don't think Shelly was acting overboard or getting upset with Huda. I think that I would have been upset too. And I think she most definitely should have been checked. And I also think that Huda had some nerve checking Shelly on anything. Talking about, because she wrote the question, you kept telling me it's just a challenge. It's just a challenge. When I'm so glad that Shelly answered back, because it's like, yeah, I did tell you it was just a challenge when you were trying to come at the bombshells. Because why are you coming at the bombshells, again, who don't know you, who just walked into this villa? They didn't know, they do know that you had a connection because they're watching before they come in. But y'all aren't friends. Y'all are not friends. That's the point that she's missing, is that when she was getting mad at the girls in the villa and crashing out over that, and Shelly said it's just a challenge, they were not considering Huda their girls. Huda was considering Shelly her girl. Shelly had Huda's back time and time again. They saved her when she shouldn't have been saved. She should have been sent home. Hannah should have been saved or whatever. Huda definitely shouldn't have made it past that. And the fact that you still don't have their back and don't understand why. And then she gave a here nigga damn apology. I didn't feel any sincerity in that apology at all. I felt like I was like, here, you want this, so here, go ahead and have it. Whatever. I don't want to share, but here, have it. That's what she gave. A hair nigga damn. And I don't even know if I'm supposed to be saying that on either of these platforms, but that's what she gave. And I was just like, Huda, stop saying you're a girl's girl. If you're not a girl's girl, that's fine. It's fine. You're not. You don't have to be. But don't act as if you are when we are clearly seeing that you are not. You and your cheeks can go and have several seats on Chris, who you should have done all of that on, because that's who you were coupled up with in the first place. So if you wanted to show whatever, your moves, whatever, you could have just continued on Chris. Do it on Taylor. Clark's not our friend. Clark just came here. Clark stole your girl's man. well, she and Taylor because Taylor wasn't hers, but whatever. She stole your girl's man. Go clap them cheeks in Taylor's face. Why are you picking Ace? That was not cool at all. Ace should have been off limits. Nick should have been off limits. Everyone else, clap them cheeks all around. Slap them around with the cheeks. Slap them with the cheeks like they owe you money. Slap them in the face and make them call you Susie. That's what you should be doing with your cheeks with everybody else, but not Ace. Not Ace. Pissed me off. All right. Where am I? Oh, Clark. I just think Clark is boring. Hold on a second. I had a question. You are so stunning. Thank you. I miss you too, Posh. Yeah, Jeremiah was handsome. He was. I don't like Huda. I don't like Huda. I think she's a gorgeous girl. I think she's a great mamacita. But I'm not here for Huda. I'm just not. I'm not on it. 20s are for Huda like energy. Yes, 20s are for Huda like energy. Absolutely 100%. That is where you're supposed to be doing that stuff that Huda's doing. Yes, clap them cheeks. Hold on a second. Show. I'm doing everything as I'm. Hold on a second, guys. I'm doing everything as I'm. She's just fake. Yeah, she is fake, Ava. Fake as hell. Oh, show. Let's see. We're doing a little question. As a millionaire living my best life, I'm giving $5,000 to the first 5 people who message me. Oh my God, guys, I have spammers. Woo! Look at that. But yeah, she's just fake. You're 100% right. Fake is as them lips. Fake as the lip filler. And mind you, I'm not a girl that's gonna sit there and go on girls' lips, but get whatever work you want done, honey, because trust me, I would get it done too. I would get it done too. All right, so now I know I skipped around a couple of people, but now I'm on my girl Alandria, who is so stunning. And I am like, first of all, let's just give it a clap for her. Because Alandria has been definitely moving with class. Definitely, I would have been crashing out left and mother effing right. I don't care. Once somebody is mine in my head, once my crazy turns on, they're mine. They're mine. Once the crazy turns on, don't look at them. Don't look at them. Don't think about them. Don't dream about them. Don't breathe on them. Don't hug them. You stay away. Once I have claimed somebody, my watch telling me to stand. Once I have claimed somebody, you stay away. So the fact that Clark is in there and Alandria is not putting milk and magnesia in her avocado toast or her tea, not that I've done that before. I haven't done it before. I just have always wanted to do it. Just kidding. But anyway, no, Alandria has definitely been holding herself a poise. She really, really has. She really, really has. My friend, when we were talking, she did feel some type of way about Alandria calling out Huda's kiss, but I think it needed to be called out because Huda needs to be upfront with things. I don't think she was going to tell Shelly that she kissed Chris. Whether Shelly cared or not, it should have been told. When Alandria kissed Nick, she told him. Yeah, Sierra didn't feel with it after she let it marinate. That's fine. But she still was upfront. As soon as she saw her friend, she said, hey, this is what happened. Huda kissed Chris knowing that she was already in hot water because she was just ass clapping all over Ace's face. The cheeks might be taller than Ace at this point. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with Huda and her beautiful cheeks. I need the workout routine for that. But anyway, Clark, I don't like Clark only because she's with Taylor. I have no reason not to like Clark. I do know that she's a little boring for my taste, for my friendships. She just kind of sits there. She's probably an earth sign. She doesn't really have much to say. And if she does have much to say, the producers are not letting us see it. She's just kind of like always off in the cut or trying to I'm sure she's very uncomfortable because everyone was Alandria's friend. Alandria is a girl's girl. Alandria is, popular in the house. And she's cool with the boys and the girls. So I do know that Clark probably feels a little bit, out of place. But yeah, I'm hating. I'm not a Clark fan only because she's with Taylor. She is getting collateral damage because she's the woman that took Taylor away. Alandria is my girl first. We're besties. We're besties, as everyone says. And now that's my best friend after 3 weeks of watching her. I call her on the regular basis. I can go to Alandria if I need advice. Alandria is a friend that can give everybody bomb-ass advice but herself, as we see. And we all need a friend that gives great advice while their life is falling apart. Because that's the true definition of friendship. I can look out for you even though my man is out here kissing big lip beautiful Clark, who just stepped out of a 90s music video. But anyway, I don't like Clark just because of that. I do think, I don't know what other question she asked, but her asking about the test, I feel like that was her making herself relevant without being messy, because she really didn't need to be messy. She doesn't have any real mess or whatever, but she did get a speaker piece, so we can only respect her for that. Whatever. But Taylor, I'm surprised nobody asked Alandria about the Nick kiss. I don't know if everyone knows about it or if just Sierra and Nick and Iris knew about it, but I feel like because Iris was so feeling some type of way when Sierra told her, I kind of felt like Iris was going to write a question, but I guess she didn't really need to if Sierra had already, discussed it and they're already closed off. But Taylor pissed me off, y'all. Taylor pissed me off. When I tell you, my body just got hot. I started getting triggered. It was just like every wrong relationship. I cannot remember 80s ex from Love Island's name, but it was giving me that energy. Like, I was just like so disappointed, so disgusted, so annoyed with him. Because number one, he had that stupid smirk on his face. And this is the thing, I smirk when I'm uncomfortable. I 100% get having an uncomfortable smirk, but I didn't like it on him. I didn't like it on him. I did not like it. I could not. Oh my God, if I could have just went through the TV and just yanked one of his dreads down, oh, I would have felt so good. I'm so happy that Alandria got to get that stuff off of her chest with her girls by her side. And I'm happy that she was able to release. Because Taylor, you had 10 million times to say you were not interested. We're just meeting you. If you're saying you're not a physical touch person, I've dated a non-physical touch person. I know, how that is. I know that I have to ask for my affection first before I just jump on it. Cool. But I also didn't have to think about whether or not she liked me because we talked about it and she showed it in other ways. Taylor, you pissed me off. Alandria asked you multiple times, how's our connection doing? How are we going? Are we going forward? Are you liking me? Are you whatever? And you said nothing. And then she saved your sorry butt when she could have been with tall, dark, and muscular Jalen. Jalen could have been flinging her all, every which way right now. And she sat around waiting for your lanky, scarecrow-looking butt just for you to go and embarrass her on national TV. For you to embarrass her, not once, but twice. Because when you said, you guys want me to pick? Well, I'm a pick. Clark. And I just wanted to throw something at you. Because you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. You did not have to do that. You could have had respect for Alandria as a person and been like, you know what? I don't have to tell you guys who I made I'm going to make up my mind and I'm going to tell them privately. That's what you could have did. You did not have to do that in front of everybody. And now my girl's going home. Alandria's going home. She has no connections left. And I'm so tight about it. She literally, there's no connections for her left. There just isn't. And it's unfortunate, but she doesn't, there's no one left for her to date. I don't see her and Zach going anywhere. And I see Zach and Alandria being voted off next. That's just what I see. I also do know that I wish on Love Island that we could just pick who we wanted to go home rather than picking our favorites. Because if you ask me who I want to go home, I got it. I don't know what I just did to my computer. I hope I'm still filming. Okay. You asked me who I wanted to go home? I'm writing an essay. Because Taylor, you need to go. You need to go. because you sat there, you wasted our good sis time. You wasted her time, and I am heated. I'm still heated. I'm hot. Is today Wednesday? Oh, there's no episode today. Gosh darn it. There's no episode of Love Island. Beyond the Gates is not on all week. I just don't. Oh, thank God I have Real Housewives of Miami to watch today because I need to calm my nerves. And you know what calms my nerves? Reality TV. It does. It does. All right, guys. I know y'all got scared for me for a second, but I'm good. Took my deep breath. Still don't like you, Taylor the Scarecrow. You can win. Now I'm just gonna see Michael Jackson every time I see Taylor from now on because he's a freaking scarecrow. He's a scaredy scarecrow, a scary scarecrow. That's what he is. Oh, guys, we're done talking for today. I have also been watching Generation X, which I really love. As the kids go, I said I didn't want to do that ever, but I love it. I love Generation X, and I saw that today, and it is still getting my attention. And I'm obsessed with Bravo. I'm also was a little bit saddened today that Diddy got off. And more than I was sad that Diddy got off is the fact that people are so happy that he got off. But, you know, I was talking to my mother last week, and she's a lawyer, and she pretty much already told me that they didn't prove what they needed to prove in order for him to be convicted on all accounts. So I kind of already knew what was going to happen. And I do feel like the prosecution probably had way more information than what they were able to present in court. I just feel like they didn't have proof for that information. And that's unfortunate because he is a dirty, dirty man and an evil man. And it sucks that people are still, he's about to come and reinvent himself again if people are going to be okay with it. But that was neither here nor there. This has been your Love Island recap for episode 26. Live with Lee. I don't know. But anyway, bye guys. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, before I leave, does anyone have any questions? Concerns? Jessica Lynn Diaz, what's up? We are wrapping up. Did you have any questions or any thoughts on Love Island before I go? Last night's episode was definitely juicy. I don't know if I got the invite or not. It's not inviting. Okay. I was trying to invite you to join Jessica Lynn Diaz, but I don't think it's letting me. Oh, maybe it says, it said invitation sent. I just can't read. So that means you got the invitation and you're not available to come on. So that's fine. But yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you all next time. I wish you all a happy Wednesday. I know it's going to be a tough night when we're not able to see inside the villa, but it's all good. I wish you all the best. Good night. Good night. Good night and stream.